Good morning, class, receiving schools and teachers. How are you all this morning?
We are very well, thank you, and how are you this morning?
I'm very well, just like you all, thank you. You may be seated. Okay, making a living, grade 7. Still using the same resources, the 3 resources. Home economics for PNG, book 1, making a living, teacher's guide, and the syllabus. Strands, we still have the same strand and the sub-strand. I'd like the class to read for us the strand and the sub-strand, making things. Now who can guess for us what you think our topic is going to be? Trisha?
Blanket stitch.
Blanket stitch. Trisha, if you could tell us why you say blanket stitch.
Because we didn't complete the side of the pillowcase with the blanket stitch.
Good, thank you. Okay, thank you. It's a blanket stitch. Now I'd like to have Helen, Bobby, Riku, Justin, and Trisha, please. Can you come up here? How many do I have? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's yours. Go there. You stand there. You go there. Second. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Can I have you sit there, over there, between the 2 girls? Let me have, who is this? Tanabik, please. Tanabik. You come and stand between Helen and Trisha. Helen and Trisha. Okay, I'd like you to hold your cards up. Hold them right up. Now we have the name of a stitch on the board. We have the steps. Now I'd like someone to tell me whether there is anything wrong with the steps.
Steps are not in order.
The steps are
In order.
not in order. Very good. Okay, so I am going to have your help to rearrange them in order. You are going to, when I call your name from where you are, you call the name of the student who is holding on to the step to move to where he or she should be. Okay, so if I can have Edward to tell us who should be the first person. Not, it's not supposed to be Bobby.
The first person is going to be
Who do you say?
Trisha.
Trisha. Good, thank you. So Trisha, you should be coming up here. Bobby goes and gets Trisha's place. Thank you. Okay, we have Gima, who should be next to Trisha.
Tanabi.
Tanabik, you are in the wrong place, so you have to come to the right place. Thank you. We have Nigel, who should be the next person, not Justin. is just, you look at it carefully, and if you think Justin is in the wrong place, then he should go somewhere and the right person to come.
Justin.
Okay, so Nigel says Justin remains where he is. Okay, let's have Patricia.
Rico.
Stand up properly. Heads up.
Rico will get Justin's place.
Who
Helen's
should?
place.
Justin is in the right place, so now we are looking at the fourth person, Helen. Is Helen supposed to be there, or she should move away from where she is? She'll move. Okay, where does she go?
Rico's place.
Okay, she goes to Riku's place, and Riku comes over to Helen's place. Okay, so let's have a look at it once again. Now, are all our friends in the right place? Yes. Yes, so our steps are in order. Thanks very much. Thank you. You can all sit down. Just leave the cards there. Okay, thank you. Now, our activity, shall we all read the activity together, class?
Continue to blanket stitch the left side raw edge of the pillowcase.
Okay, I'd like to have Gima and Quarry. Gima and Quarry, please. With your pillowcases. Your pillowcases, come up with them. Okay. Hold yourself. You do the left. Okay, I believe you have all completed the right side of your pillowcases. So they, let me see, that should be right, okay? You turn yours, okay. So Gima and Quarry, they have completed their right side of the pillowcases. And I believe every one of you should have done that in the previous lesson. So now we are going to go on to the left, okay? Left side. And we will be following the same steps as of the last or the previous lesson to blanket stitch the right sides of the pillowcases. Now, I'd like someone to tell me, where do you start? Where are you going to start blanket stitching? Somebody who can tell me where you're going to start blanket stitching? Linda. Linda?
On the left side.
On the left side, yeah. So you always begin on the left side and so from the left to the right. Okay, now I've called these two up. Just hold yours like that. I've called Gima and Quarry up because they've done their blanket stitching very neatly, and I'd like you all of us, to try to do ours that way. Now, a reminder, if our thread becomes short, what do we do?
Start again.
Class? We double stitch to finish, and we double stitch, thank you, Carrot, once again to start on and come to the end of whatever we are sewing. Thank you, Gima and Quarry, you can sit down. Now, so steps, we are just going through those same steps again. We begin with a double stitch from the left raw edge. So if we can all do that now with our left sides of our pillowcases. have your thread there. Oh, you got one there. Okay, just, you don't have to come right down here, okay? Just along here, at the edge all the way to, get sisters and trim that one down. Yes, she took your thread home, huh? Okay, I'll come and just help you with what I have. Bobby, can you help your friend with some of the thread? Nice, good. Left. So you start from here and go down this way. I'll just get some. Here's Tulanga. Left. Tulanga, you will have to try your best to complete the other one. Okay. So you don't have to go right down to where the stitches you have made, back stitch. Just along here about half a centimeter, all the way from there right up to here. Sorry, I'll have to give you another one. Yes, miss. And yours? Oh, I gave you this. No, it has to come, go over the flap, see? So, okay, this is your left. So when Tassie does his blanket stitch, he starts from the left, it has to go over. Okay? Yeah, over the flap. Can you, Tassie, go and get this another embroidery one, thread there, so you can cut it out. You see now. No. Wait, I'll give you this and you see. Okay. Left, you left to put it down this way. Okay, you have it there, so you should start from here, see? Okay? Then from there, it's easy for you to sew all the way down. Okay, Cassie, get this one cut and bring them to the what? And she's not here. Okay, but do you have your needles? Only the embroidery thread you need. Okay. So Cassie will give you some of that. You and who else were given this? Okay, that's Joanna. Yeah. That's too long. So hold this, I'll okay, somebody can get that. It's yours. My column. It's not what. Yeah, it's all in order. Thank you. Just just tie it on with another piece. Okay, while it's like that, see, you pull it out. Okay, just cut it here. Here for somebody. You cannot, okay, wait. And then what you do, while it's tied like that, see, hold it, Patrick. While it's tied like that, you pull it and you see it's that one there. So, pull it out like that and then get somebody's cut. Don't cut it too long or else it will get tangled. Okay, about 50. Okay, another. Okay, let's see. Patrick, hold it and we'll see. Okay. Okay, let's go another. Get it nice shade. 50. Patrick, did you get your shade?
Yes.
Already. You got yours? Yes. You need some of this. Okay, when your friends get theirs, you'll come over. Okay. You all got a piece? Here. With your sisters? Okay. Put it there. Okay. Yeah, Paul. Who else? Edward. Okay, wait, Pastor. You all in this laha. Let me pull him. Okay, we see which one. Wait, one name and type. In this one. Okay. So. Okay, who else? You. Okay, cut that to the sisters. From the one I'm giving you, you can take 3 out to use it or 2 out. If your needle cannot, you cannot push the whole thread into your needle, eye of your needle. Cut it for him. Teresa, you have enough there? Enough embroidery thread? Okay, let's save, cut this one. Terence, can I have a pair of scissors, please? Okay, that's for you. And Angeline, there's some for you there. Finishing your other end, that's nice. Finishing your other end. We are still following the same steps, so we should be already going ahead. First step should be already done. Now you should be all on the second step. That is blanket stitching along the raw edges towards the folded flap. And as usual, to finish your blanket stitching, Helen, what do you do? To finish your blanket stitching, what do you do? Now your blanket stitching, you're starting from the left, the folded edge to the folded flap. So when you come to the end of the folded flap, what do you do? We finish with a double stitch. Thank you. Now, Now I'd like us to have a look once again at Quarry. We are going to have Quarry out once again, as Quarry has already completed the blanket stitching of his pillowcase, the both sides, the left and the right. So if we can have Quarry out, so he can show us what he has done. Now if I can have all of us look this way. So we have a look at, you turn it to the other side where the flap is. Okay. Now Quarry has completed the blanket stitching of his pillowcase. He has completed the left and the right. Okay. Now, please, I'd like you all to look this way. So I'll just show you what you should do after you have completed the blanket stitching. Thank you. Keep on standing. Now, if you look at Quarry's pillowcase, both sides raw edges have been blanket stitched. That is the flap. Now, once you finish blanket stitching, you turn this flap over, okay? So the flap is turned over to the other side. So that is how your pillowcase should look like, okay? I'll do it once again. Quarry will do that for us. Now that is how it is right now when you are all doing your blanket stitching. Once you complete, it should be like that. Now Quarry will turn it for us. When you finish, okay, turn it around. Okay, so that is how it should look once you have finished blanket stitching and you turn the flap inside out. Okay, the inside of it, outside of it goes out. Okay, thank you, Quarry. Now, we have a look at our next lesson. I'd like the class to read for us what our next lesson is going to be on. Class together.
Completion of the pillowcase.
Now, completion of a pillowcase meaning if you haven't finished your blanket stitching, you finish it. If you haven't completed your back stitching, because looking around, I've seen some of us still on back stitching. So all those that we haven't completed, we are all to do that in the next lesson. Now, once again, our key phrase. Okay, Messi, key phrase. Blanket stitch. Messi, back to you. Why do you think it's a blanket stitch?
Because just now we just finished the blanket stitch on the...
Okay, good. Messi says because our lesson is on blanket stitching and we are working on blanket stitching. Okay, thank you. Our key phrase is blanket stitching. And with that, good morning, class, the receiving schools and teachers.